Okay, John the Van Guy, just thought you'd like to see the finished article of this bracket. You can see the two bolts there, two bolts to the end. So if you remember, in those mountings I've fitted in on one side. I've had to actually fit a rivet nut. I wasn't sure if this would work well, but you can see from the pictures I've included what it actually looks like from the inside. I could actually get a mirror in behind it and a light, so I'll show you that. Seems to have worked extremely well. So one side has had the original nut, which was welded. The other side was just a blind hole, of course. And the nut riveter, I recommend actually. It's worth getting. So now to get this through.
Here's that picture of the nut rivet in place I promised you. You can actually see a beautiful sort of concertina effect of the metal as the thread has been drawn down using the riveter. You can see at the bottom, you can see the outward face of the nut, and you can just about see the thread in there. To compensate for this outer ring, I've actually included on the other hole a washer.
To get this through, what I actually did was, remember these two bolts are welded to a single plate, those two bolts on the other side. The big rubber bushes on, what I did, I covered them in like a rubber grease I've got, some actually, and then I used a bit of wood to lower the spring a little bit further so I could line up the this sheet with the bolts on. So I lined up from the other side, and then I tried hammering first of all to hammer the thing through, because one actually had to go through the loop in the end of this leaf spring, and one through there, and I found that wasn't very successful. So what I did in the end, I used a G-clamp. It's about a big 6-inch G-clamp, and that worked brilliantly, and just forced it through, winding the G-clamp up. So I recommend that's a good method of doing this. The whole thing is very structurally. Always check over your work, by the way, once you've done it. I've checked all the nuts and everything else, and everything seems to be fine. I've since lowered the chassis again, and taken the stand for the axle off, and I'm pleased with that. So that's all I can think of at the moment. Now I can get on with the rest of the welding, and there's plenty of it to do. So there you go. Thank you.